In the headlines, Bola Tinubu beats 13 other contenders to clinch APC presidential ticket. As former Kano State Governor Rabiu Kwankwaso picks NNPP presidential ticket, Adewale Adebayo emerges SDP presidential candidate. Governor Fintiri imposes curfew on 2 local government areas in Adamawa. And on the foreign scene, 10,000 trapped in Severodonetsk as Russia-Ukraine war rages. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Hello and welcome once again. The presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has called on party faithful to use the victory of the just concluded primary election to turn the fortunes of the country around. The former Lagos State Governor made the call while addressing party members shortly after his emergence as the presidential flag bearer. Kabir Lawal reports.
Former Governor of Lagos State, Asiwaju Tinubu, urged party members to be united to enable the party have approached 2023 election as an indivisible entity despite differences occasioned by the outcome of the primary. He emerged winner of the party's presidential ticket with a margin of 1,271 votes in the election held at Eagle Square, Abuja. He was trailed by former Rivers State Governor Rotimi Amechi with 360 votes.
His Excellency Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu scored 1,271 votes. 1,271 votes.
Chairman Election Management Committee and Governor of Kebbi State, Atiku Bagudu, thanked delegates for the smooth conduct of the primaries and congratulated the flag bearer, Bola Tinubu, whom he urged to continue contributing to the upliftment of the party.
In line with the provisions of the constitution of our great party and guidelines for the nomination of candidates, and by the power conferred on me as the returning officer of this special presidential primary convention, I, Senator Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, do hereby declare Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the presidential candidate of our party in the forthcoming 2023 presidential elections.
Other 13 aspirants who contested the party's primary in Abuja include Governor Rochas Okorocha with no vote, Jack Rich, 0, and Christopher Onu with 1 vote, among others.
Those who make sacrifices of their life, left family behind, and continue to fight for the survival of this country. Be assured, it is the beginning of that time now. You will get reward and enjoy a part of your life. You won't sacrifice for nothing.
Ahmed Bola Tinubu has emerged the winner with a margin of 1,271 votes, beating all the 14 aspirants that actually contested for the All Progressive Congress in Eagle Square, Abuja. And he has become the party flag bearer of the All Progressive Congress in the year 2022.
Now, the emergence of Bola Tinubu as APC presidential candidate with 1,271 votes has not surprised many, going by the intrigues in the build-up to the election. Now, in this report, Kende Amadu examines the national leader's emergence as the party's flag bearer. The report.
From the entrance of the aspirants, it was clear a contest was at hand. In a charged atmosphere, 23 aspirants all presented their plans to the delegates.
I can lead our party towards the brightest future.
I want to tell Nigerians and the delegates who are here, don't vote for me if I'm qualified. When you are casting your vote, think of the roads you ply before you get to this point.
It is for these reasons that I present myself to you as the presidential candidate of our great party, the APC.
Straight to the elections.
40 boxes, 40.
And counting of votes.
Professor Sibanjo.
At the end of the day, there are 4 frontrunners with 1,974 votes between them. Of the 1,974 votes, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in a comfortable lead with 1,271 votes. The stepping down of 7 aspirants for the national leader may have contributed to the wide margin with which he led his closest opponent.
I want to urge all my supporters, I want to urge all of you that believe in me, that have somebody that can do the job. You all rally around him to do the job. And it's no stranger to me. We have been together for quite some time. And that is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Accord me the respect to offer the support you are giving me to my elder brother, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
The vaunted favorite, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, scored 235 votes, while the suggested consensus candidate, Senate President Ahmed Lawan, scored 152 votes. Interestingly, former Transportation Minister Rotimi Amechi came second, trailing far behind Tinubu with 316 votes. Now that the primaries are over, the next thing is to strategize for the presidential elections, a fact that is not lost on the winner. The stage is now set for the battle between the 2 biggest parties in the Nigerian political sphere. From Eagle Square, Abuja, Kehinde Amodu, Trust TV News.
Meanwhile, the President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, said that the emergence of Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu as presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress has reassured his party of winning the 2023 presidential poll. In a press statement made available to newsmen, the Senate President, who is also an aspirant in the just concluded APC primaries, said he trusts the process and accepted that Bola Ahmed Tinubu was the popular choice who can deliver the job. Similarly, presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party and former Vice President Atiku Abubakar also congratulated Bola Tinubu on his emergence as APC presidential candidate, describing the election as hard-fought. Tinubu has described Atiku Abubakar as a worthy opponent when the former Vice President picked the PDP presidential ticket. Meanwhile, the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, has elected former Kano State Governor Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso as its presidential candidate for the 2023 election. Kwankwaso, who was the sole presidential aspirant of the party, was returned unopposed at the party's national convention held at the National Stadium, Abuja. The report. Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso with his supporters defected from the ruling APC to join NNPP in March this year. He is the lone presidential aspirant of the party. Declaring Senator Kwankwaso as the presidential candidate of the NNPP, the chairman of the party's election committee, Muhammad Abdulaziz, said Rabiu Kwankwaso is the right man to lead Nigeria out of its current predicament and restore the nation's past glory through purposeful leadership and people-oriented policies and programs. The national chairman of the party, Professor Rufai Alkali, and another chieftain of the party, Ibrahim Shekarau, said the NNPP is the only party that can salvage the country and rescue Nigerians from the era of bad leadership and deliver the true dividends of democracy.
It is the beginning of a journey to create the new nation of our dream, the new nation of our hope. It is not about the size, the history in terms consequence of long years of stay of the party. It is dependent upon our commitment, our determination, and our sincere hope to bring the required change in Nigeria.
We have had the motion for the adoption of all our candidates who won the various offices during the last primaries. And we are getting ready to take them to INEC. We are now calling for all members of the convention to approve the list. This motion has been moved by the chairman, Yobe State, and seconded by the chairman, Ondo State.
In his acceptance speech, the presidential candidate of the NNPP, Rabiu Kwankwaso, assured Nigerians that if elected, he will tackle insecurity and put the country on the path to rapid economic development, adding that what the country needs is someone who can unify its people and give every Nigerian a sense of belonging.
We are going to do whatever it takes to support our military, the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, security agencies, ensure that there is synergy between them, provide them with arms, ammunition, the kids, and their welfare, training and retraining. This, what is happening in this country, will be a thing of the past.
The NNPP National Convention was attended by all state chairmen of the party and all aspirants that will fly the flag of the NNPP in the 2023 general elections. Ibrahim Yusuf, Trust TV News, Abuja. And still talking politics, with presidential primaries of the various political parties gradually coming to an end, the outlook of the 2023 election is becoming clearer as flag bearers of political parties emerge. In this three-part series, Nana Muhammad profiles the presidential candidates of political parties who will slug it out for the country's top job. The report.
According to INEC timetable, the presidential poll will be held on 25th February 2023. As a prelude to participation in the poll, parties must elect flag bearers to fly the flag of the parties. Presently, major political parties like the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC), People's Democratic Party (PDP), and the Labour Party (LP) have all concluded their primaries. From these parties, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar emerged from the PDP. Former Lagos State Governor Bola Ahmed Tinubu was victorious in the APC, while Peter Obi, former Anambra Governor, is flying the flag of the Labour Party. Atiku Abubakar, a former Nigerian Vice President and the flag bearer of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), is from Adamawa, northeast Nigeria. He was born on 25th November 1946. Atiku Abubakar has unsuccessfully contested 5 times for the office of the President of Nigeria in 1993, 2007, 2011, 2015, and 2019. Many pundits say this may be his last shot at the presidency due to his age. Peter Obi is the candidate of the Labour Party for the 2023 Nigerian election. He was born on 19 July 1961 from Anambra, southeastern Nigeria. He was a 2-term governor of the state. Peter Obi ran as the vice presidential candidate in the 2019 Nigerian election under the People's Democratic Party (PDP) with former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Bola Tinubu is the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, the ruling APC. He was born 29 March 1952 from southwest Nigeria. He is currently the national leader of the All Progressives Congress since the party's formation in 2013. He previously served as the governor of Lagos State from 1999 to 2007 and senator for Lagos West during the brief Third Republic. These are the choices that the APC, PDP, and Labour Party have given Nigerians to choose from come 2023. Nana Muhammad, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Meanwhile, Lagos State businessman Adewale Adebayo has SDP presidential primary in Abuja. The election held at the International Conference Center had in attendance delegates and party stalwarts from the 36 states of the Federation. Adebayo got 1,546 votes to beat his female opponent, Khadija Okunu Lamidi, who scored 84 votes. Adebayo pledged to run an all-inclusive government if elected president in 2023. National chairman of the party, Shehu Gabam, lamented the failure of leadership in the country since the attainment of independence in 1960. Adding that the SDP has considered it expedient to present itself to Nigerians as a veritable alternative that will lead the country to greater heights. And Nigerians have been urged to get their permanent voters' cards and elect leaders of their choice to avoid regret in 2023. Cross-section of Kaduna residents who stated this while speaking with Trust TV says the only way to get credible leaders into power and get rid of bad governance is by obtaining PVC and voting on election days.
Across the length and breadth of Nigeria, the issue of non-collection of the permanent voter card, PVC, resonates as these cards remain piled up in INEC offices. Sadly, as the 2023 elections draws closer, those who do not collect their cards will be disenfranchised. The story is not different in Kaduna State.
The only weapon Nigerians have in their hand is their PVC. That's the only thing that can secure them to restore a sustainable democracy that will restore every peaceful living.
The time is around the corner. Try and collect your PVC. Once you get your PVC, then you can vote any credible candidate.
People cannot change a system in the democratic setting without a PVC, because that's your ticket to vote somebody out or to vote somebody in.
While some have given many reasons as to why they are yet to collect their PVCs, some say they are angry that those in power have failed to deliver on their promises.
They have reason why they don't want to collect the way this APC promise that they are going to deal with the security, corruption, and the economy. All their promise is failed.
You're watching Trust TV News Update. Still to come on the news. What toilets in public buildings look like. Details of this and more after the break. Do stay with us. Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us on Trust TV News Update. Now look at our top stories. Bola Tinubu beats 13 other contenders to clinch APC presidential ticket. As former Kano State Governor Rabiu Kwankwaso picks NNPP presidential ticket, Adebayo emerges SDP presidential candidate. And moving on to other news now, families of passengers abducted on the Abuja-Kaduna train have dismissed as false circulating news in the social media that the purported release of the passengers. In a short statement released by Abdul Fattah Jimo and Baba Muhammad, the relatives of the victims asked members of the public to disregard the story. Governor Ahmadu Fintiri of Adamawa has imposed curfew in parts of Lamurdi and Guyuk local government areas following renewed communal clashes. Press Secretary to the Governor, Humwashi Wonesiku, said in a statement that the curfew will last between 5 p.m. and 6 a.m. until it is reviewed. The News Agency of Nigeria reports that the clash erupted on Monday morning, but the deployment of security personnel has brought relative peace to the area. Fintiri said that the government is concerned about the persistent tensions and reported attempts by some people to take laws into their hands by attacking individuals and private facilities as well as public property. The governor, while calling for calm, expressed sympathy with the families of those affected by the crisis. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari in April signed Executive Order 11, sanctioning maintenance of federal public buildings across the country. The president said the order would reinforce the National Public Building Maintenance Policy approved in 2019. Ibrahim Ismail observes maintenance culture at the Federal Secretariat Complex in Gombe State, 2 months after signing the order, and files in this report.
This is the Gombe State Federal Secretariat, located behind Gombe Motor Park. The 4-story building has a walk and wheelchair ramp, but has no lift. The environment is looking very clean and the toilets are tidy. Some civil servants whose offices are in the building speak.
We have our cleaners that every morning they come to office to clean all the offices and a place of convenience that they always clean.
And maintenance here, the cleaning is very perfect. They are always on time. The toilets too, they are trying.
I commend the effort of the management of the Federal Secretariat because they have cleaners, they maintain the toilet and everything. In fact, if I'm to grade them, I will give them distinction or excellent for the maintenance culture in the Federal Secretariat complex.
However, some of the civil servants asked the Ministry of Works to fix the problem of water supply in the complex, as the ministry is saddled with such responsibility.
We have to ask all those workers to take water from the main reservoir up to our floor. We occupy the second floor.
It's just that, you know, water doesn't come upstairs. I'm on the 3rd floor. Water doesn't come up. So, you know, they'll have to take water from down, up. And sometimes, so that makes it, the water is not always regular. The toilets are not usually clean. So all they do is just mop and clean because of lack of water coming up.
The National Orientation Agency, Gombe State Office said civil servants have a role to play in the maintenance of public buildings.
There are small repairs that we can do. And there are things that we can do to keep the place in order. So it's a trust. Let's do it, let's repair it, let's look after it so that those, even after us when we go, we will come and use the infrastructure.
Efforts to speak to the Federal Ministry of Works responsible for maintenance of the Gombe State Federal Secretariat was unsuccessful as the work controller was not on seat during Trust TV's visit. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
And the Katsina State Police Command has disbursed over 53 million naira checks to families of police officers who lost their lives while in active service. Presenting the checks to the families of the police officers, the Katsina State Police Commissioner said the money is meant to cushion the hardship faced by families of the deceased officers. Abdullahi Yamadi has details.
It was gathered that the money was sourced and donated under the IGP Life Insurance Scheme. To many people, especially police officers, the force has made a right decision as the scheme is to serve as a moral booster.
The Inspector General of Police is very passionate on the welfare of the officers and men of the Nigerian Police Force. In order to address the welfare concerns of the force, he has positioned the insurance section for better operational efficiency.
While urging the beneficiaries to make judicious use of the money, the CP threatened to deal decisively with terrorists who attacked some farming communities in Jibia local government area.
I wish to also use this opportunity to assure members of the public, especially those at the frontline areas, that the Nigerian Police Force and indeed other security agencies are on their toes and unrelenting in their onslaught against terrorists in the states.
He said the police will remain vigilant in protecting lives and property of Katsina residents, especially those in high-risk local government areas. Receiving the checks, the families of the deceased police officers thanked the IGP for the gesture. The IGP Life Insurance Scheme is a lifesaver. We have been in trouble. We have been in abject poverty. We can't even pay school fees to our children. But with this money, we can solve our immediate problems. We are grateful to the IGP. They say the money will go a long way in easing the difficulties they are facing. Abdullahi Ismail, Trust Television News, Katsina.
And now for a look at the foreign scene, where the mayor of Severodonetsk says 10,000 civilians remain in the eastern city of Severodonetsk as heavy battles continue. This comes as Luhansk's governor says Russian forces control most of Severodonetsk, the city where Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says the fate of the Donbass is being decided. Meanwhile, Russia says 2 British nationals and a Moroccan captured while fighting for Ukraine could face the death penalty in one of Russia's proxies in eastern Ukraine. Russia and Turkey have voiced support for a safe corridor in the Black Sea to allow Ukrainian grain exports, but Kiev has rejected the proposal, saying it is not credible. And in sports, Sepp Blatter and Michel Platini, once chiefs of world and European football, are on trial in Switzerland Wednesday over a suspected fraudulent payment. Former President Sepp Blatter, who is 86, and Platini, aged 66, appeared in the Federal Criminal Court in the southern city of Bellinzona, following an investigation that began in 2015 and lasted 6 years. The pair are being tried over a 2 million Swiss franc payment in 2011 to Platini, who was then in charge of European football's governing body, UEFA. And that wraps up Trans TV News Update for this hour. For more news, you can subscribe and follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Thanks for watching.